Hello, sports fans, and welcome to a very special Browns preseason pregame show of Scott Sports 101. Because tonight the Browns have their preseason finale against the Detroit Lions, and we're going to talk all that. We're going to go over our strategies and what they need to do, and all that, and we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield and the starters who are going to be resting tonight. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. And it is a Browns, with it being the preseason finale, it is a Browns trivia question tonight. What Browns player fumbled just before scoring what might have been the winning touchdown in the 1987 AFC Championship game? I will have the answer later on the broadcast. Well, it's the Browns' preseason finale tonight as they take on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. We will see quarterback Baker Mayfield play in tonight's game in Detroit. And I'd like to see Baker Mayfield come out and really dominate this game from the start. We will not see the usual starters, Tyrod Taylor and company, as they will be resting up for Week 1 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we are just 10 days away from the start of the regular season. And all the Browns players playing in tonight's game will really have to give it their all, because this game will be very important, because this game will determine which players will make the Browns' 53-man roster and which players will be cut. And some things to watch for in this game and in tonight's game. The Browns have less than 2 weeks until the season opener, and the goal is to play Pittsburgh at full strength. I feel Baker Mayfield needs to find his way to run in the pocket and find a man open and really make the passes and really get that man and find a man open. And I feel the Browns need to have a huge running game, offensively and defensively. The Browns passing game must be dominant as well. And the running backs and the defensive backs and wide receivers must find ways to catch the pass from Baker Mayfield and really hold on to the ball and not let go and score. And there has to be no penalties in this game whatsoever, or very little, because this is the last chance for Browns players to show and prove what they can do if they want to make the 53-man roster for the upcoming season. As you know, Tyrod Taylor will be the Browns' starting quarterback for the upcoming season. Now, I feel Baker Mayfield needs to really find his way in the pocket and find a man that's open and really make the pass complete and not have it fall incomplete. And there has to be no fumbles, and they have to not intercept the ball as well. And I feel that even the offensive linemen have to really show their stuff tonight. And Austin Corbett and Antonio Galloway, they're part of the first unit, so they're not going to be playing tonight. Forget I said that. But the ones that are really need to come out, and they need to really put the pressure on that opposing quarterback and not give that opposing quarterback too much room. They've got to keep the quarterback on the ground, on his you-know-what. And they really have to really put the pressure on the opposing team and keep that opposing team from scoring. Now, and I really think we're going to see a lot of that in tonight's game, but it doesn't matter because it's a preseason game. And I really feel that really this game is, even though it's a preseason game, it's not going to matter because it's not going to mean anything, either win or lose, because it's a preseason game. But the players are trying to show what they can do because it's going to determine which players Hugh Jackson will put on the 53-man roster and which players Hugh Jackson will cut. And this is it's an important game, but yet it's not an important game because they're just trying to rest the starters to get them geared up for week 1 of the regular season beginning on September 9th. And I just really think I think it's good that the starters are not playing tonight. And I feel it's good that they are resting and they are sitting out. Because it's going to give the number 2 starters and a lot of the number 2 special teams units to really show what they can do, and also the third stringers as well. So I really feel this is really an important game for the number 2 starters and the number 3 starters. So, and all the units and they really need to show what they can do. So, and Hugh Jackson knows that they have things to work on and to really get better at them, but he has liked what he has seen so far, and I feel hopefully we'll see what happens in tonight's game, and Hugh Jackson hopes that Baker Mayfield can really come out and dominate this game from the start of this game. And I really feel that Greg Williams, the Browns defensive coordinator, has liked what he's seen as well, and he feels, and Hugh Jackson feels that Greg Williams really has his defense prepared in advance. So we shall see what happens with this game tonight, even though it's only a preseason game, and it is the finale, and it is the final dress rehearsal before week 1 of the regular season. And this game, and after tonight's preseason game, we will have to put the preseason behind us and focus on the regular season, even though Browns fans want the preseason to carry over into the regular season, but it has to be put behind us, and we really have to focus on the regular season after this last preseason game. So I really feel this Browns team, the players who are playing tonight, really have to come out and really show their stuff and show that they can win, because the Lions are in the same position, because their head coach is going to be their number 2 players are playing tonight, and number 2 players. This game's going to determine which Lions players will make the Lions 53-man roster and which Lions players will be cut. So let's see. We're going to see what happens in tonight's game. Well, we'll talk some more about tonight's preseason finale, but first, it is now time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. What Browns player fumbled just before scoring what might have been the winning touchdown in the 1987 AFC Championship game? If you said Ernest Byner, you are correct. Just before crossing the goal line, Byner was hit by cornerback Jeremiah Castile, who stripped the ball and then fell on the fumble to preserve the win and assured Denver of its second straight AFC Championship title and, of course, a trip to Super Bowl 22. And I'll have another Browns trivia question on my next regular broadcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to tonight's preseason finale and the final dress rehearsal before the season opener on September 9th, I really feel the Browns need to come out and dominate from this game, really dominate this game from the get-go, especially Browns cornerback Baker Mayfield, as I said at the top of the broadcast. Baker Mayfield, I think, is really going to show what he can do in tonight's game, and I really feel he is going to really show that he is a valuable quarterback and starter just in case there is an injury to Browns' number 1 starter, Tyrod Taylor. And I really think he's going to do that tonight. And I really feel that the Browns are up and coming, And I just really feel after tonight's game, the regular season is going to show how the season opener, I feel, is going to really show how this season is going to unfold. Excuse me for that little, and I do feel that this is what it's going to, that's really what's going to happen. And I just feel that we are going to win some games this year. And I'd like to see the Browns go 6-10. I know that's asking a lot, but I really would like to see that. But hopefully we will have a decent team, and hopefully we're going to win some games this year. Well, we're almost out of time for this pregame show. And I want to say, as I said at the top of the show, we are just 10 days away from the start of Week 1 in the regular season, and I feel we need to end our skid of opening day losses and home opener losses. And hopefully the Browns do need to win this the season opener, which is also the home opener. And I feel hopefully we can do just that. And as you know, I've mentioned that that when the regular season begins, Sundays will be declared Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sundays. And I will go over all the early and late games as well as the Browns games, whether it's an early one or a late one. I will make predictions, and I will do my picks of the week. And I will pick who I feel is gonna win, and I will do that for the early and late games, and I will go analysis for the Sunday night game and also the Monday night game as well. So, and I will also I will also go over strategies and keys to victory of what all the teams need to do to win their games. And I will also have frequent guests on my show, and I will hopefully try to have a guest on Week 1 because my friend Matt Murphy has another commitment, and I will have my friend Matt Murphy on during Week 2 of the NFL season, when the Browns will take on the New Orleans Saints. But I will try to have a guest on for Week 1, but if not, it will just be me, myself, and I will hopefully, we will have a lot of fun and go over strategies and what the Browns need to do to win the first game of the season and all the other games of the season, and as many as we can. We're almost out of time. One thing before I go, I really feel tonight's game it is important, but yet it's not. But this is going to determine we will have to see who will make the 53-man roster and who will be cut after tonight's game. So we'll have to really keep an eye on who does and who will be cut, and I will keep you posted on that. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this special Browns preseason pregame show of Scott Sports 101. I will have a Browns preseason postgame show immediately following tonight's Browns game. So until then, enjoy the game, everybody. Kickoff is just in about 14 minutes at 7 p.m. So at 7 p.m. So until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. I'll see you for the post-game show immediately after tonight's Browns game. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.